Once again, I am going to clear the debit note and credit note so that there won't be any sort of confusion regarding debit note and credit note. So, debit note, suppose X Digital Private Limited of Varanasi is the seller. He is the seller. Sold goods on credit to A Digital Private Limited, Renusagar. So, X Digital Private Limited, Gitanjali Complex, Shigra, Varanasi is the seller. He sold goods on credit to A Digital Private Limited, Renusagar. It means A Digital Private Limited, Renusagar is the purchaser. Okay. A sold goods to X Digital Limited, sold goods to A Digital Limited on credit. Now, due to any reason, the purchaser returned the goods, some of the goods to X Digital Limited, which was purchased on credit by A Digital Limited. A Digital Limited returned the goods to the seller company. Purchaser returned the goods to seller company. So, when the purchaser returned the goods to seller company, so along with the goods, the seller company, purchaser company will send a debit note. Will send a debit note to the seller company along with the goods. Now, debit note is going to draft by A Digital Private Limited, purchaser. So, A Digital Private Limited, first of all, in the debit note, the detailed address will be given, name of the company, A Digital Private Limited. Suppose the location is Birla Market, Renusagar, Sonbhadra. PIN code number is this, website number, email ID. Then GSTN number is mandatory, GSTN number. Okay, thereafter it's a debit note format. It's a format of a debit note. It's a format of a debit note. It's a format of a debit note. Okay. So here the name of the, whose name is there here in this debit note, name of the purchaser. Okay. Who is going to send the debit note to the seller. Here the purchaser's information is here in this debit note first. Thereafter, serial number of this debit note, suppose the serial number is 211, then you write the date on which date you are A Digital Limited is sending goods to the X Digital Limited. So on the date must be mentioned over here, date of dispatch. On which date the goods is dispatched, goods is returned to the seller. Thereafter, here A Digital Limited will write against Messrs X Digital Limited. He will write the name of the seller from where he has purchased the goods, X Digital Limited Private Limited. GSTN number of this is this, Gitanjali Complex, Shigra. Then he will write goods returned as per the detail. He will mention the challan number. Challan number. Suppose the challan number is 179. He is returning computer and hard disk. Quantity 5 and 10. Rate is 10,000 and 2,000. So we multiplied it 5 into 10, 50. 10 into 2,000, 20. So total is 70. Thereafter the addition of GST. CGST, Central GST and State GST. SGST means State, C means Central GST. Both are at the rate of 9%. So 9% of 70,000. 6,300. Now total 1, 2, 3 is 82,600. This is the total. Then same thing he will write over here in words, 82,600 only. This one's 82,600 only, and the signature of the manager, his manager, who is writing these things and who is authorized. He will sign and put a seal, stamp. The Digital Company Limited stamp will be affixed over here, and signature of the concerned authority, manager or accountant, whosoever will sign over here. So this is the debit note. Is it clear what is debit note? So debit note will be issued by whom? By the purchaser. When the goods purchased, returned by the purchaser. Purchase return. When the goods returned by the purchaser, it is purchase return. Okay. So at the time of purchase return, when the goods is returned by the purchaser to seller, on that time debit note is issued by the purchaser to seller, mentioning that your account, means seller's account, is debited in purchaser's account. Seller's account is debited in the books of purchaser account. Okay. When the goods is returned, the seller's account is now debited in the books of purchaser account. For that, the debit note is issued. When the goods is received by the Digital Private Limited seller, he will from his end issued a credit note to the purchaser. Seller will issue or send the credit note to the purchaser. Is it clear? And in the credit note, the changes will be what? Here I will write the credit note. Okay. Thereafter, the address will be changed. Here the name of this will come, and here the name of Digital Private Limited will come. Okay. I will show you. So now I have changed from debit note to credit note. So credit note, now the name of the X Digital company, seller company, because credit note will be given by the seller to purchaser. When the seller received the goods which is returned by the purchaser, after getting the goods, receiving the goods, the seller will send a credit note to the purchaser, means Digital Private Limited. A Digital Private. So this credit note will be in the name of the seller. So X Digital Private Limited, name of the name, address, complete website, email, GSTN number. Okay. Serial number, the credit note serial number will be maybe different. Suppose his number is 251. So he will write what the seller will write to Messrs. His name will be written over here, A Digital Private Limited, GSTN number of this company, Birla Market, Renu Sagar, Sonbhadra. He will write goods received. What he will write? Goods received, because the seller received the goods. So he will confirm that goods is being received. Goods is received. So he will write goods received as per delivery challan number. This dated this, on which date the goods is received. He will write the date on which date the goods is received. Maybe the debit note is drafted on 22nd and it is received on 24. So the 24 he will write 24. Suppose it is 24th August. So 24th August. Credit note, debit note may be on 22nd August, but credit note will be on the date of receipt. The goods, if it is received on 24, the 24th August he will write over here. Now in particular computer, same thing they will write, and GST and Word, and then either signed by the accountant or signed by the manager of X Digital Private Limited. He will sign, the authorized person, maybe the accountant, maybe the manager, maybe the whosoever assistant manager will sign over here. So this is the credit note. So credit note is given by the seller to purchaser, and debit note is issued by the purchaser to seller On which time? When the goods is returned. Which goods? Which was purchased on credit, which was purchased or sold on credit, for that goods. So debit note or credit note is clear. Debit note and credit note. Okay, debit note and credit note. Any doubt? So he is the seller, he is the purchaser. Goods sold on credit, and out of that goods, some goods are returned by the purchaser to seller. Maybe the goods is defective, not as per sample, it is supplied on late, whatever it may be, not satisfy, the goods may be returned by the purchaser to seller. So on that time, purchaser will send along with the goods a credit note and there a debit note, and thereafter after receiving the goods by the seller, he will in return he will issue a credit note in favor of a digital company. That's your goods is being received, what you have sent. Now next documentary evidence, as I discussed, I think so, receipts. If the amount is received from the customers or from any person, then we will give them the receipt that okay, we have received this much amount from you. Or when we pay the some amount to somebody else, then we will get the receipt from the person to whom I have paid some amount. So receipt, when I pay the amount, I will get the receipts, and when somebody will pay the amount to me, then I will give the receipt to that person. So receipt is a documentary evidence of taking money or giving money, either by cash or by check. So a format of a receipt, it's a format of a receipt. Your company name, suppose I am going to give the receipt, somebody has do the payment to me, my company name is XYZ company, it is located in Reliance Complex, Bandra, Mumbai, pin code is what, website number, telephone number, GSTN number, everything I have write about myself, detailed address of my company. So my company is XYZ company, Reliance Complex, situated, the address is Reliance Complex, Bandra, Mumbai, pin code, website, telephone, okay, GSTN number. So when somebody will pay the amount to me either in cash or by check, then I will give them the receipt that yes, I have received this much amount. Okay, the receipt will be in 2 copy or 3 copy, original or the carbon copy, duplicate copy. Original copy I will give it to the person who has given the money, and the second copy will be retained by me for as a documentary evidence. So how I will draw it, received with thanks from, to whom I received the money. Suppose I have received the money from Messrs. Sarda Enterprise, okay, Sarda Enterprise, suppose of Calcutta hai, we will write Calcutta or GSTN number this, sum of rupees how much, 10,000, then in words 10,000, in cash or by check. If it is in cash, then okay, cash, tick. If it is in check, then write the check number. Suppose check number is 501, 551 is the check number. Dated, on which date you have received this amount. Suppose I have received this amount today, so I will write the date of today when I received the amount. Suppose I have received the amount on 24th August 2020, so I will write the date, this date. Okay, 24th August 2020. Drawn on which bank? If it is a check, then suppose drawn by SBI Bank, SBI Bank of, suppose it is Mumbai. On account of invoice number, he has returned the money to me. Obviously, I will I have sold goods to that party or person. So invoice number, I have to mention the invoice number. Suppose invoice number is 151 and this goods is sold on credit, dated, the date you have to write it. Suppose write I have sold the goods on 21st August 2020. This is your receipts, and in the note always it is written in the note, if it is a matter of check, then we will write check were subject to realizations. Check were subject to realizations. If it is not realized, then that evidence will be cancelled. So this is the format of a receipt, and the sign of the authorized person will sign over here. Authorized person of XYZ Company Limited, whosoever authorized to sign it, the sign and the seal will be, proper seal will be sealed over here, mark over here. Is it clear? So name of the company who is going to receive it. Suppose I am going to receive the amount from the other, then I will give them the receipts. If I will pay the amount to somebody else, then I will get the receipts from that person or party. So it is drawn by me, received with thanks. I have received the amount from Sarda Enterprises, write the total address, complete address, a sum of rupees this in words and in figure, in cash or in check, dated this, drawn on SBI Bank or UCO Bank or ICICI Bank, on account of invoice number. I have to write the invoice number. I have received the amount against which invoice number, so I have to write the invoice number, dated on which date I have sold the goods on credit. That date I have to write it over here, so that we can do we can cross check it. We can do the cross check. And at the bottom we will write the checks are subject to realizations. If the check will be realized, then well and good. If it is not realized, then the receipt will be cancelled and the intimation will be given to the person concerned. Authorized person signature with the sign and the name and the stamp must be, company stamp must be there. Okay, this is the format of a receipt. Now next documentary evidence is check. Check is also one of the documentary evidence. Check is also a documentary evidence. Have you ever seen the check? You see the check at home. The check is with your parents. See the checks. The format of the check is more or less like this. Name of the bank. Suppose the bank name is State Bank of India or UCO Bank or ICICI, IDBI, whatever it may be. So name of the bank and address of the bank will be here, or sometime it may be at a center. No problem. Maybe at a center. IFSC code of the bank, branch code of the bank. This all details you will get it about the bank, and logo of the bank. SBI logo or UCO Bank have the different logo, ICICI Bank have a different logo. So logo of the bank. Then pay. This is the column for that. This is for date. You have to write the date. This is for day. This is for month, and this is for year. This 4 is for year. Suppose it is 2020, so then you write 2020. Today's date is 24 or 26. 24 or 26, then you write day. It is August, then you write 08. If it is November, then you write 011. If it is December, then you write this. If it is 2024, then you write 2024. It is, suppose it is 2nd December, so 2nd December 2024. You write the date. Pay to whom you are paying. Pay yourself. It may be yourself. If it is you want to withdraw the money, then yourself. And if you pay the money, it may be your company name. Your company name may be Sarda Enterprise, You have to write the name. Rupees, suppose it is 50,000. So 50,000 only. Here you have to write 50,000. Account number of your account number, it is already printed in the check. It is already printed in multi-city check. This account number of your customer's account number is already printed. It is comes in the printed mode. So whatever it may be, 0725669, it is printed, already printed. Here multi-city checks at par means this will be realized at par. This multi-city check will realized at par. Signature of the person concerned who is authorized to sign over here, he will sign, the authorized person will sign, and this is for the check number. This check number is mentioned over here. This is the for check number. This is what? This is check number. It may be like this: 0000 00078 9147. This is what? This is check number. So this is your format of a check. Okay, little bit vary from one bank to another bank, but all the information you will get it. All these information to that check you will get it. Maybe this address will be in the center. Okay, maybe sign will be at this side, but normally sign is at the right side. Okay, check is also a documentary evidence. It is also a documentary proof. Okay, now come to the next source document, pay in slip. Pay in slip, when we deposit the amount to bank, then we have to fill one slip, pay in slip. Okay, to that pay in slip there is two sides, left side and right side. Whatever the information given in the right side, same information is given in the counter folio side, that is your left side. So when we deposit the amount to bank, okay, after accepting the amount by the bank cashier, the bank cashier signed on both sides, left side, counter folio side and your right side, signed it and stamp, and the counter folio side is returned to me, given back to me as an evidence that I will keep that paper as an evidence that on that particular day I have deposited this much money to this bank. Okay, and the signature of the cashier is there. So who is the cashier on that point of time, this also can be identified. So pay in slip is a source document which is mainly filled by us when we deposit the money into bank. Okay, it's in a slip form. Whenever we visit to bank, you can verify it. Whenever we are going to deposit the amount, we have to fill one form. That form is called pay in slip. So there are the two sides of this pay in slip: name of the bank, okay, how much amount you are going to deposit, what is the date, write the date, okay, your mobile number, your signature, and same thing you write in this side and signed it. Both sides you have to sign it and submit this paper to the bank along with your money. After getting the money and verifying the amount, then bank cashier signed in both sides and return the counter folio side to you, and that counter folio part paper is used by us as a source document. Is it clear? Now next is voucher. We come to the voucher. After source document, we prepare the voucher. Voucher is prepared by ourselves. Voucher is prepared by ourselves. Every company prepared the voucher. Every company prepare the voucher in its own name. Every company prepare the voucher on its own name. In this voucher, they are mentioning whose account is debit and whose account will be credited. Debit and credit. Every voucher have a serial number and the signature of the concerned person who is preparing that voucher, authorized person. Voucher is prepared in a triplicate or duplicate form. As per the requirement, we prepare the duplicate or triplicate form. So voucher is prepared by every enterprise himself in their own name. First they have to write the company name and address, own company name and address, serial number of the voucher, whose account will be debited and whose account will be credited, amount of debit and credit, brief narration or explanation about that transactions, brief explanation about that transactions, signature of the authorized person. Okay, signature of the authorized person. Voucher is always serially numbered. Is it clear? Voucher is always serial in number. So vouchers are prepared by us after getting or after receiving the source document. On the basis of source document, we prepare the voucher. So source document is the base for preparing voucher. Whose account will be debited and whose account will be credited will be shown in the voucher. So voucher must be serially numbered. Okay, voucher must be serial number. It must be printed in our own name. It is prepared by us in our own name. Okay, and signed by the authorized concerned person. Okay, so voucher. So two things is required for recording the transaction in the journal or subsidiary books. One is your source document, another is your vouchers. After getting the two, we record the transaction in the journal, in our original book of account, journal or subsidiary books. This is the process. So voucher is of two types of vouchers. One voucher is called cash voucher. Cash voucher means all cash transactions. For all cash transaction, we prepare the cash voucher. For all cash transactions, we prepare cash voucher. And another voucher is non-cash voucher. The transaction which are not related to cash, neither debit nor credit. So non-cash transactions are, for non-cash transaction we prepare non-cash voucher, which is also known as transfer voucher. Non-cash voucher is also known as transfer voucher. So cash voucher for cash transaction, and for non-cash transactions we prepare non-cash voucher, which is also known as transfer voucher. So for cash voucher is now divided into two, classified into two. One is called debit voucher, another is your credit voucher. Debit voucher is for cash payment. When we do the payment by cash or by check, then we prepare debit voucher. When we do the payment by cash or by check, then we prepare debit voucher. For instance, payment of salary, payment of wages, payment of insurance premium. Okay, for cash, payment of salary by cash or by check, payment of insurance premium by check or by cash, payment of wages by cash, payment of rent by cash or by check, purchase of assets and payment made by cash or made by check, purchase of investment and payment made by cash or by check. Okay, so any payment made by cash or by check, for that we prepare debit voucher. Credit voucher for receipts, any amount which is received by us in cash or in check. Any cash received or check received, if the business received cash or check, then the business will prepare credit voucher. For receiving cash or for receiving check, we prepare credit voucher. For instance, sale of goods for cash, so we'll receive cash. Sale of old furniture for cash, so we received cash. Amount withdrawn from bank, so we have received cash. So any amount which is received, then we prepare the credit voucher. Okay, and for non-cash transaction, or we prepare the non-cash voucher, which is also known as transfer voucher. Examples of this non-cash transactions: credit purchase of goods, or you can say credit purchase of goods, credit sale of goods, credit purchase of investment, okay, credit purchase of assets, return of goods purchased or sold on credit, depreciation, and writing of bad debts. So credit purchase or sale of goods, credit purchase or credit sale of investment, credit purchase or credit sale of investment, credit purchase of goods or credit sale of goods, credit purchase of assets or credit sale of assets. Both you will consider over here: credit purchase of assets, then credit sale of assets, credit purchase of investment, credit sale of investment, credit purchase of goods, credit sale of goods. Credit purchase of goods, purchase of investment, this also come. Credit purchase of, credit sale of, not purchase, it is sale, credit sale of assets, return of goods purchased or sold on credit, depreciation, writing of bad debts. For that we prepare non-cash voucher. So voucher, cash voucher, or it may be non-cash voucher. Cash voucher means debit voucher for cash receipt, a cash payment, and credit voucher is for cash receipts. And for non-cash transaction, we prepare the non-cash voucher, which is also known as transfer voucher. Okay.